Hi guys, welcome back. How are you? Today we are going to be testing out some new makeup and just hanging out, chit-chatting. I have mostly all drugstore makeup products as I'm looking at my table right here. I only have like 2 high-end things. This was almost going to be a drugstore video, but I didn't have a new drugstore foundation. So I decided to test out or kind of retest out the new Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage Foundation right on camera with you guys because I did test this out about 2 weeks ago. I used way too much product. It did look really good, but it was just like super heavy duty coverage. I mean, like, full coverage is an understatement with this. So I figured we would test it out again today, see how it wears with less product and see how it looks with a little bit less than what I used the first time. I have some new LA Girl stuff, Profusion, Jela Beauty, e.l.f., Makeup Revolution. So we're gonna be testing it all out today. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Of course, don't forget to grab a snack because we're gonna be here for a while. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I actually have 2 new brow pencils to test out today. One is from Fenty. This is the new Fenty Beauty brow pencil, which I have not tried yet. Super excited about it. I ordered this a few weeks back and I honestly kind of forgot about it. This is the Brow MVP Ultra Brow Pencil and Styler, and this one is in the shade, I believe it is, I have no idea honestly. Oh, black brown. And then I got the Jela Beauty Precision Brow Pencil, which just looks like this. I found this at CVS and I was like, let me give it a try. This one's also in the shade black brown. I'm gonna just outline my brows. I'm gonna do one brow with this one and then one brow with the Fenty so we can kind of test both of them out. Packaging of the Jela one is super cute. You can see it's like a baby blue. It comes with a spoolie, a really fine tip, so I really like that. Ooh, I'm liking this formula like already. Looking really good. The formula is really nice on this pencil. Wow, that was so easy to fill in. I mean, mind you, this is my good brow, but that was really nice. Really great formula. I'm very impressed. I really like this actually. On the other side, I'm just gonna use the Fenty one. Now, the Fenty one does not come with a spoolie. It comes with this kind of like brush thing, which is supposed to help with dispersing the product evenly into your brows. I'm personally not a fan of brushes like this. I know NYX has a brow pencil like this and I just didn't like that one. Not just because of the brush, but just the formula in general. So I'm gonna test this one out and see. It's just first impression, this formula from Fenty is a little bit more rough than the Jela one. The Jela one, I feel like it's not like overly creamy, but it's slightly more creamy than this one. It just glided on my brows a little bit better. Like I said, I'm just not a fan of this kind of brush thing. I just would much rather have a spoolie, but I think, you know, with brows, of course, it's personal preference, but this personally is just not my favorite. It worked, clearly, you know, just to outline. I think I'm gonna fill in a little bit just so we can kind of really test the brow pencils. And if I have to go in with any pomade, I will, just to kind of fill in any excess gaps. So I'm gonna kind of just fill in a little bit just to see the formula and feel it out a little bit more. Because I know some people do fill in their brows just with a pencil. I used to, but I feel like a pomade for me, it just looks better and it's easier. I can't believe I'm filling in my brows with a pencil. I haven't done this in a while. Oh, I really like this. I know brow products, I feel like for me at least, they're pretty boring, but this is a good brow pencil. If you're like at CVS and you need something good, this is really nice. Like, I'm loving it. I feel like you have to be a little bit more rough with this pencil versus the Jela one. I might have to use a pomade with this one just because the color is a little bit different. I don't want to have 2 different brow colors, but this one's a little bit like more brown and this is a little bit more, I feel like, darker, like a dark brown, and it just matches my roots and everything better. Okay, so I cleaned up the brows. It's not really a super great brow day, but you know, it's fine. It's all good. I still really love the Jela brow pencil, the Fenty one. Like I said, I'm just not a fan of it. First impression, not very impressed. So I have this new LA Girl Fierce and Wild eyeshadow palette. It looks really beautiful. I love these LA Girl palettes because they remind me of something high-end. Honestly, the packaging is gorgeous. All of the shade names and everything are on the back. Okay, so when you open it up, we have all the colors right here. It looks beautiful. So I'm gonna start off with this color right here, which is called Buff, and I'm gonna apply that all over my lid. Just to set my primer, just so I have a nice, smooth, even base. I love that, just like a skin tone color. Next, I'm gonna take this shade right here, which is called Rev, right in my crease. It's like a cool tone brown. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Fluffy Eye Blender brush, and I'm just gonna run that right in the crease. I have used LA Girl eyeshadows before, and I really actually love them, and they have a lot of different palettes with different color schemes in them, so I feel like depending on what you're looking for, they have like a palette for you, which is great. It's like a cool tone brown. I usually never use cool tones, but it's fall. I'm actually wearing gray today. I'm wearing a cool tone color, so let's possibly maybe do a cool tone today. This shade is like really, really perfect though. I like how it's not like ashy. It's like just a really nice cool tone brown, very wearable. Blending in really, really nicely. Taking a different blending brush. This one's from AOA Studio, Shop Miss A. And I'm going to be taking some more of these cool tone browns down here, and I'm going to buff those right on the outer crease. I'm going to go in with a glitter today because I have like this separate glitter eyeshadow that I want to use, but I'm going to use the shimmers in this palette as well just because I want to see how they look, and then I'm probably going to use the glitter to top that off. This is the first color that I was really drawn to in the palette when I first opened it up. It's called Prevail. It's just like a really gorgeous soft taupey shade. So since I have baby nails, I can finally do this now. Oh, look at that color. I'm going to just take my finger to apply this. It feels so good to be able to do this. Oh, it's like a really beautiful taupey bronze. Oh, that is stunning. This color, I wish you guys could touch it. It feels like butter. It feels really, really nice. I like how it's not chunky too. Like it's a very smooth eyeshadow. It's going on so nicely. I'm going to take a little bit of the black, which is called Raven, and I'm just going to apply that on the outer crease as well. I'm really keeping this color right on the outer crease, like on the bottom portion of it. I don't want to bring it up too high. I just want to add a little darkness in there. Just a little bit. I'm using this super dirty brush that has actually like eyeshadow all over it. This is from Essence. It's just a smoky eye brush. Very lightly just like dab the color in there because these are really pigmented, as you can see. Like I'm barely dipping my brush. I'm getting so much color payoff. So a little bit goes a long way. Right, now, star of the show. I have finally am able to get my hands on these, the Profusion Eye Sparklers. One of my subscribers, you know who you are, you have recommended these to me for over a year, and they have been sold out everywhere, and I was being very stubborn and I never ordered them online, but I could not find these for the longest time. So they sent these to me in PR, and I was like, thank you. So you get the waterproof shadow stick, and then you get the sparkling eye topper right here. I'm probably not going to use a shadow stick. I'm just honestly not a big fan of shadow sticks personally. And this one's in the shade Glisten. I feel like it's just going to match perfectly with what we have going on. So packaging is just like the Stila Magnificent Metals liquid shadows, which I do really like, but I feel like there's a lot of dupes for them. So I'm just going to top this off pretty much where I applied the shimmer. Oh my goodness. How is this so affordable? I don't understand. I'm gonna blend, don't you worry. It's a little bit lighter than the shadow that I used, but like it's fine. I'm using this brush. This is actually from Profusion. Yeah, it's a shadow smudger brush. And I'm just gonna kind of take this and blend out the edges so that this doesn't look so choppy. Definitely dries quick, so it's one of those things where once you set it down for too long, you're not going to be able to blend it afterwards. Like you can see, I just put it on and it's like immediately drying. So I'm going to use my Anastasia number 18 brush. I'm going to kind of take this and just pack it on. So I'm literally just taking the product and just putting it right directly onto the brush. I feel like that works better because then you can really concentrate the product on where you want it, and we can be a little bit more precise. Profusion, killing it once again. They really do make high quality products at such an affordable price. Like I cannot believe that these are so affordable. They are literally like high-end. I'm so impressed, loving this. So I really don't want to do anything else with the eyes. I'm going to do some winged liner, but I don't want to do any other eyeshadow because I don't want to take away from it. I think this is like just so beautiful. I'm obsessed. So I'm going to just do my wings, and I have a new eyeliner here. This is the Eyeliner H2o Eyeliner. This is the e.l.f. H2o Proof Eyeliner pen, and it just looks like this. I am actually really into pen eyeliners lately because I feel like they are a little bit easier to work with. You can see this one has a nice point, so it looks really good. Let's do a little swatch. Looks really black, so we're gonna do that and test it out. It does say to shake, so let's do that. Of course, it wouldn't be a JuicyJas video without my e.l.f. eye tapes, so I'm gonna pop these on. Okay, I'm gonna go in with lashes. I'm using these from Beauty Hut Cosmetics. I will leave a link down below. A subscriber actually sent these to me. I talked about them on my vlog channel, but this brand is super cute. She actually goes to Temple in PA in Philly, so I'm super excited. I'm so happy for her to be able to be in college and start her own brand. Literally amazing. So this is what the packaging looks like. Super cute. So this is what they look like. They look pretty dramatic, but this is me. So I'm gonna just apply these. These are in the style Shy. And then we're gonna move into the skin. So I'll be right back. Okay, lashes are officially on. I really like them. I did have to trim them because they were a little bit too big for my eyes, but they were easy to apply and I like the way that they look. So now we can move into the skin. So I'm gonna start off by using a little bit of a primer water. Well, technically I don't have a primer water, but I'm gonna just use the Catrice HD Active Performance Freezing Spray, kind of like as my primer water because it says it's cooling and refreshing. So that's what I need right now for my skin. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of this. I love Catrice spritzers. They just like disperse the product so nicely. Ooh, it definitely does feel very cooling on the face. I love that. So I actually have two different drugstore primers here. So I have the Jela Selfie Ready Pore Minimizing Primer, which looks like this. And then I also have the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Mineral Primer with cactus flower in it. The packaging on this is really nice. It's like glass. The Physicians Formula one basically is a moisturizing primer. It just moisturizes and preps your skin. So I'm gonna use the pore filling one to see what this is all about. Oh wow, this is kind of like a moisturizer. To be honest, I'm not seeing much with like pore filling. It kind of just feels like a moisturizer. It doesn't really like smooth anything out. It feels nice, but I'm not getting a whole lot of like pore filling on my face, to be honest. But I'm gonna use the Physicians Formula one because I want to see how this one feels. I'm gonna use that on like the rest of my face. So it comes with a pump, which I really appreciate. What is going on here? This is not working. The pump does not work. So I hate doing this, but gonna have to do this the old school way. Just open it up and apply it. Okay, this looks like SPF. I don't really like the way it feels, like just the initial first impression, not very impressed. It just kind of feels like there's SPF in it, like you know that traditional sunscreen you get at the drugstore and then you apply it and it just, I don't know, I'm just not a fan of it. Okay, let's move on. The primer's not super impressive. I mean, my face does feel pretty soft from the Jela one. I'll see how the foundation looks over top and then I'll really be able to judge it, but we'll see. So today for foundation, I'm gonna use the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage Foundation. Like I mentioned to you guys, I did use this foundation already about 2 weeks ago and I used way too much. With this foundation, it is recommended to use a little bit because like it's so full coverage. I did find this to be very matte. It was just a little on the heavier side, but again, that's because I did use a lot. So I'm gonna go in with the shade 2.22, which is light medium, and the undertone is neutral olive. I'm literally gonna use like the smallest dot. Like I'm telling you guys, a little bit of this is gonna go a long way. So I'm just gonna dot this on my face. You see how much product you get from that little dot? Like it's insane. I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild beauty sponge and I'm just going to pounce this in. Oh, that might be actually a good color for me. Look at this full coverage, you guys. Like when I tell you, I use the tiniest little dot. Do you see what I'm talking about? Oh my gosh, this color is, I think, perfect. And this foundation is supposed to be really good for all skin types. I have combo skin. So that is it with the sponge. As you can see, it is matte. It is full coverage. Just first impression, again, like after using it the first time, I used way too much. With just using a little bit, it does feel super, super lightweight. So like you need the tiniest little dot. On the other side, I'm gonna use this brush that I have. I'm about to spot clean it really quick. I cannot say enough good things about this. I keep talking about it, but every time I use it, I'm just so impressed. This foundation brush had so much foundation built up on it. I'm spraying it, like spot cleaning it with the Sonia Kashuk Quick Clean Dry Spray. I cannot get enough of this stuff. This really is a game changer. So this brush that I'm using is from Amazon. It's from like a brush kit. I will leave the brush kit that I use down below from them. I haven't really honestly used a lot of their brushes recently because I've been using different ones, but I do really like this brush set. Okay, I think I like it more with a sponge, so let's keep doing that. It does have a matte finish, so if you have more dry skin, I recommend maybe using this with like the Smashbox primer oil or just some sort of like super hydrating primer underneath, because it is a matte foundation, as you can see, but it's not like super drying if you don't use a lot. Now for concealer, I have the Revolution Pro Ultimate Coverage Crease Proof Concealer. I found this at Ulta and I was super, sorry, packaging, come on, focus. Seriously, this is my life right now, come on. Okay, sorry. This is what it looks like right here. So really cute packaging. It's like a new line from Makeup Revolution, the Revolution Pro line. So I got the shade C8. It just says it's a waterproof concealer with hyaluronic acid, collagen, and antioxidant and peptides. So it has apparently some good stuff. So with this, it does seem like it's going to be a little bit of a thicker formula. I'm just going to use a little bit. Oh yeah, this is thick AF. Very thick, kind of like the, what was that concealer? Tarte Maracuja concealer? That's basically what this is reminding me of, and I can already say I'm not going to be obsessed with it because normally concealers like this, I don't know, they're just a little too thick for my liking, but we're gonna see if we can make it work. So I just put a little bit and I'm gonna blend it out with the same sponge. I definitely prefer their original concealer just because that one is so creamy and I feel like the coverage on that can be buildable. Whereas this one, like, it looks pretty, but I'm not loving the formula. I feel like it's not like insanely full coverage. It's kind of, I guess, medium coverage in a way, but I don't know. It's a little too thick for my liking. I have another product from Makeup Revolution. This is the Translucent Loose Setting Powder, talc-free and no flashback, and also water resistant. So this is just the translucent one. They did have 3 other colors. This is what the packaging looks like. Kind of reminds me of Fenty, honestly. Open it up. Okay, so I'm just gonna press this down under my eyes. Kind of just pressing the excess on the rest of my face, and I'm gonna use a different brush just to kind of wipe this away. I don't really like to let powder bake on my face for too long. Actually, it looks pretty good. It's very seamless on the skin, which is good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set my brows since I am here. I have another Makeup Revolution product, and I think I have another one after that. Yeah, I have another one, another bronzer from them. But this is their High Brow Gel. This is what it looks like. They always have new stuff coming out, and I was at Ulta yesterday, and I was like, okay, this looks really interesting. This is what the packaging looks like. So I am gonna just use this. This one's in the shade Dark Brown, and I'm gonna set my brows. So I'm gonna do my lower lashes really quick since we are here, and I'm just gonna use the same LA Girl palette, of course. So I'm basically gonna use the cool tone colors in here. I'm just gonna smudge some of those right on the lower lashes, and I'm probably gonna use some brown or maybe nude liner. And I'm just gonna smudge those out. I'm keeping it super simple. And then I'm gonna use this really sparkly white. This one's in the shade Fierce for the inner corners and brow bone. I'm gonna dip and then I'm gonna spray my brush just so that it kind of sticks a little bit better. Ooh, used a little too much on my brush. For my waterline, I'm just going to use the NARS High Pigment Longwear Eyeliner, and this one's just the nude one that they have. I didn't have a new mascara, so I just used a little bit of my Essence Lash Princess Mascara, which I love. I just did a quick coat on the lower lashes. So now we can finish up the lips and the rest of the face. For bronzer today, I have a new one, again, from Makeup Revolution. Their Mega Bronzer, and this one is in 01 Cool, which actually this doesn't look cool tone at all. This looks very warm. I wonder what the warm one looks like, but I'm gonna use this to bronze my skin. I actually really like Makeup Revolution's bronzers. I've tried most of the like larger pan ones that they have, and I've for the most part always been really impressed. They're really nice bronzers just to like add some color back to your face. Okay, I don't have a new blush. I feel like blush gets overlooked in the makeup world, at least I think so, especially by like highlighters. I feel like all I ever see is like highlighters and eyeshadow palettes. So I'm gonna just stick to an old favorite, and I feel like this matches really well because it's very neutral, it's very bronzy. This is the Catrice Blush Box, and this one is in the shade Bronze. It's just like a really natural blush. I love this for like literally any look. I feel like it looks good. I'm just gonna take this and just apply it right to those apples, and I'm using this brush. All the brushes that I use are pretty much the same. They're either from like TJ Maxx, ColourPop. This one specifically is from TJ Maxx. Now for highlight, I'm going to use the e.l.f. and Nabella collab. Hopefully I am pronouncing that right, but this is what this looks like. So, oh, it looks so stunning. I got this in PR and I was like, I need that. And I'm going to use this brush. This is actually the F19 from Shop Miss A. This could be a little bit of a dupe to the Anastasia A23 brush. I like the Anastasia one better just because it's a little bit fluffier, but this one, you know, it's pretty good. I like it. I'm just gonna, gonna pop that on right on the tops of my cheekbones. So pretty. Okay, and then for my lips, I'm gonna use the same e.l.f. and Nabella collab. It comes with a lip liner and a liquid lipstick. I like this a lot. I like how it's a wooden pencil, but it's like really easy to work with. It reminds me of the LA Girl ones, which I love. And then the liquid lipstick is called Mara Nude. Oh, I love e.l.f.'s applicator. It's so good. Ooh. It's like a peachy, like rose nude. So pretty. I feel like it doesn't honestly really match with the eye makeup just because I don't have any warm tones in the eye makeup. So I am gonna top this off with a gloss, but I really like this lip color. Like the combo is beautiful, especially if I had like a warm smoky eye. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna top this off with the Maybelline Lip Gloss. This is a collab with Summer McKeen, and this one's in the shade Barefoot. So it just looks like this. It's just like a really pretty, more cool toned pink. Ooh, that looks so pretty, but yeah, I feel like I need like a little gloss. Oh, yes. They smell good. I like that. I really like the way that this looks actually. I feel like it just kind of matches the eye makeup better. Okay, the last and final thing I'm gonna do is just go ahead and set my face with the Jela Selfie Ready Dewy Setting Spray, which just looks like this. That's cute. It says, do me a favor. Get it? That's cute. All right, let's set this face and lock everything into place. Okay, so this is the completed makeup look. I really love the way that this turned out. I love the cool tones with like this sparkly eye topper. Obsessed. I pretty much love, for the most part, almost everything that I tried. Like the only thing that I can say of that I'm not like super impressed with right off the bat is this translucent powder from Makeup Revolution and their concealer. The concealer is a little too thick for my liking. It's just not very creamy. Like it blends, but it's thick, like thick. The Makeup Revolution powder, it just feels a little tight on my skin right now. Prior to applying this, my face felt fine, even though I was using a very mattifying foundation, which is the Smashbox one. My face didn't feel like super heavy or thick at all, but after using this, I feel like it did. And even using the Dewy Setting Spray from Jela Beauty, I feel like it didn't really do much as far as really giving me much of a dew. I mean, that could be because this powder is so like mattifying, and maybe the foundation, it just didn't counteract well with it, but I didn't really get like that dewy kind of fresh feeling with the setting spray. Like at first it felt good, the spritzer felt good, but once it dried, it dried. Other than that though, everything else, I'm like looking at my table, I pretty much liked everything else. Like I love the bronzer, I really love that highlight, the lip color I'm obsessed with, I love the eyeshadow palette, the lashes, and like I told you guys earlier also, the Fenty brow pencil, I just wasn't a fan of it, but that's just kind of personal preference, you know how brows are. But yeah, I'm gonna come back in a couple of hours. We'll see how everything looks, but so far, for the most part, I'm loving everything and I'm pretty impressed. So I'll be right back and we'll see how everything looks in just a little bit. Okay, I am back. It has been a couple of hours since I last checked in with you guys, probably around maybe 5 or 6 hours or so. Really quick, I'm just gonna reapply my lip gloss. I have not touched up my makeup whatsoever. I haven't blotted. I haven't even reapplied my lip color. The only thing that I ate, I mean, I did drink water and I ate bread. So I didn't really eat like a heavy meal, but the lip color is still in place. I mean, obviously I didn't eat like anything too crazy, but like it's still there, which I think is good after a couple hours. Super impressed with that e.l.f. lip combo, and then with this gloss, obviously the gloss faded, but I feel like it kind of helped a little bit for the liquid lipstick and lip liner to stay in place. So I'm gonna do a little bit more gloss right now. I really like the lip combo. It's probably one of my favorite things that I tried today. So this is what my face is looking like right now. Sorry about my hair. Don't mind my red eyes. I'm just a mess right now. I need to take off these contacts and put my glasses on. This is what we're looking like. So I am very impressed with the way that my face looks. I know that it looks a little oily, but for me, this isn't really straight up oil, like grease on my face. It's more of like a natural dew, and I really like the way that it looks, especially because considering earlier, my face did feel a little bit tight from that translucent powder, so I felt like I needed a little bit of dewiness. I feel like my skin, it just looks the healthiest. It looks just better with a dew versus just like completely flat and matte. So I'm really, really loving the way that this is looking right now. I will say, I think this foundation is absolutely beautiful. Like I love the way that it looks on my skin. I love how it still looks very fresh, just very beautiful on the skin. Obviously this is not a natural foundation for me. This is probably going to be maybe more of like a going out foundation, or if I'm doing a more glam look, it's definitely not going to be something that I go to every single day personally, just because it is so full coverage. And even though I do like full coverage, I typically go for something that looks a little bit more like skin. Not saying that it looks cakey or heavy, but it's definitely, you know, heavy duty. My opinions still are the same from earlier. I don't really love this translucent powder. I think next time I'm going to try to maybe just dust a little bit on my face versus using so much, and I think I will like it a little bit more. I did take a photo with flash earlier. It doesn't look, I mean, obviously the pictures that you take with iPhone, let me just say, they are betrayal. Not a cute picture, but I personally don't think that it looks terrible. Like I've definitely had worse, but I'm gonna keep using this because even though it was a little drying, I feel like it's because I used a little too much. I really don't like this concealer. It's just way too thick, and it definitely is creasing on me. Like, yeah, you can definitely see it underneath my eyes. So it creases more than a typical concealer would. The primers that I used today, I'm not obsessed with, to be honest. I could definitely do without. Dew setting spray, I'm gonna keep using this. I didn't really see a big dewy finish on my face right away, but maybe this kind of has something to do with this. So I'll keep using this because I actually really do like the spritzer of it. I feel like it's very even, very nice. So I will keep using this. The lip products, obsessed with. Everything else, I'm really, really impressed with. I love pretty much everything that I used. I mean, the look speaks for itself. I love this look. I think it's so pretty, so fun. You have a little bit of glitter. Oh my God, I forgot to mention the Profusion glitters. To die for. Lots of really great drugstore products in here, which I'm super happy about. And then, you know, we have the high-end foundation, which I think is absolutely worth it if you're looking for something really beautiful, long wearing, full coverage, and maybe perfect for going out. But yeah, that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it was helpful. If you guys have tried any of these products, leave me a comment down below. Let me know your feedback because I love reading your comments and hearing your product recommendations and what you think of products that I've used. So leave me a comment, and that is it for now. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all. Please subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in a few days in my next one.